Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And guess what day it is, BlueDragonFive?
Valentine's Day.
Yes, that's right. It's a special Valentine's Day edition of the Kickback Cafe, where we kick back, relax, and talk about anything but Disney. Except we might be talking about Disney a little bit here and there. But what are you gonna do? I have to categorize this somehow. How you doing tonight, BlueDragonFive?
I'm well.
You're well. You're well. Okay, cool. So Beans, though, this was your little idea. This was your little idea for us to gather here on this day of Valentine's. Sorry, a little in joke for a friend. On this day of Valentines, and give us our little love fest. So tell us why we're here. Why don't you lay it all out?
Well, we're here because in the world of voiceover, we have various talented people, actors, to say the least. And one of the most things I keep finding, you're going to find familiar voices throughout anything, and these are some of the actresses in particular who have graced us with their wonderful voice talent and caliber. I was rewatching a lot of these animated shows, just anything with voiceover. You're reminded how wonderful these women are, and I figured, let's just share some of that love we have for these women, all the great stuff they've brought to us over the years. Just have a little moment, a little tribute, if you will, just to say, just a little be my Valentine, we love, much like we love Mike, we love these voice actresses, and we would love just to express. It's believe me, there were so many people were leaving off this. It's not a list mania. It's not a list. It's just a little tribute, but by proxy, all the wonderful voice actresses out there. We're just paying a little Valentine's Day tribute to us, asking to all these wonderful ladies, please be our Valentine, and thank you.
Oh yeah, and let me just make one thing straight. We don't love Mike in a sexual way, that's for sure. Is that a Survivor reference that's so old even you get it?
No.
Oh, too bad. I was getting excited there for a second. All right, anyways, you want to go first? Who's your first Valentine?
Sure. So let me just, I'm going to bury the lead. I'm going to use one of my absolute...
Oh, dear.
I'm going to use Nicole Sullivan.
Oh, Nicole Sullivan. Okay.
I have adored Nicole Sullivan ever since I was a kid, watching Buzz Lightyear Star Command, and then watching Kim Possible. People know her from Kings of Queens as one of the neighbors, but she's absolutely lovely. She can do this. She plays such a sarcastic character with Shigo, and such a warm and endearing character in Mira Nova. She's very talented, wonderful behind the microphone, and currently, the last thing she did, to my knowledge, is Penguins of Madagascar. Always a pleasure to hear her voice. Always fills me with happiness.
Okay, and then, oh wow, that's all you got? Okay, we're really doing this quickly then.
I believe, folks, we could go on for hours on the talent and caliber of all these wonderful women, but we're going to try to...
No, it's just I'm used to doing, the TV show recaps with you, where it's you literally, like to go blow by blow over every little detail, which is fine. That's totally cool for the TV show recaps, but, I'm just not used to you being so brisk like that. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and, I will go ahead and I'll kind of go down the line, and I will have my first voice actress is let me see, hold on, let me pull up an image. Showcase stuff is going to be kind of messy, but there, can you see that?
No?
Yes.
I can see. It's just a little small, but I can see it.
Well, I do the best with what I can, BlueDragonFive, but
so I wonder who this could be.
I don't know. This is none other than Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson. Now, of course, he's done a lot of other voices over the years, very prolific talent, but everyone, of course, knows her as Bart Simpson, it's kind of like the stereotype of, there comes a point in a kid's life where they find out that their favorite male cartoon characters were voiced by females, so I feel like Bart Simpson's kind of like the quintessential example of that. And if I may, I want to just kind of share a funny story that Nancy Cartwright shared on on one of the Simpsons DVD commentaries. It was
I know this story.
You think you know? Okay. We'll see. So she was very pregnant with her son or daughter, I don't know. Very pregnant, and and I believe it's a couple of teenage boys knock on her door, and they're looking for Bart Simpson. And then Cartwright, she just goes into her Bart Simpson voice, and she's just like, I'm pregnant, man. Oh dear, my ukulele. Is that the story you were thinking of?
No, I have another real quick funny story. Again, just Nancy Carr is one of the various talented voice actors. They're so good. Female voices aren't enough for them. They got to do voices of every gender. They're that good.
Oh yeah.
And really, it's amazing how.
I feel like I'm not giving Cartwright justice by just mentioning Bart Simpson. So, do you have a role off the top of your head that you can think of besides Bart Simpson?
Well, I know she's done a lot of incidental voices. I know the
that's the thing, right?
It's the most iconic thing she's done. But it's like, bear in mind, some of these.
What the hell is? Do you see that?
See what?
It's weird. Whoa, holy shit! It's happening again. I'm just gonna ignore it. I'll tell you about it off air.
Okay. So, fine. Even some of the voice actors on my list here, they're kind of I call them like a Kevin Conroy caliber in terms of they have one standout character, but they do so good at it, they don't really care if they don't do any of the voice. They do so well. But let me, real quick, just to give Nancy Carr the full praise she deserves here. Just shows you what a stand-up person she is. She, when little kids come up there and ask her to do the Bart Simpson voice, she makes them close their eyes. So she doesn't ruin the illusion. That's a sweet person right there. She respects that character and all that.
Okay, just to clarify, I'm sorry, I just have to bring this up because it's bothering the heck out of me. This is going to sound weird, but in my image, my window keeps switching from one side to another, and so it's like I'm getting like a mirror image thing on my end. Is that happening with you?
No.
No? Okay, it's just me. Maybe I'm just hallucinating. Maybe I dropped LSD before I went on air. Who the hell knows? Anyways. All right, so what's your second voice actress?
All right. Let me pick Cara Walgreen.
Cara Walgreen. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so Cara Walgreen, I know some of you may be a little unfamiliar with her, but let me just say this. Big roles I became familiar with her with. I was watching Wolverine the X-Men. She has done some wonderful voice work on that. She's done a ton of voiceover with some other stuff, but also I believe in Hulk vs. Wolverine. She does some voices too. Oh yeah, a beauty this actress right here. Oh, Cara Walgreen. It's so funny. A lot of these voice actors, pretty much almost every voice actress I've seen, they look as beautiful as some of their characters sometimes. It's uncanny.
Yeah.
It's like I'll tell you one thing. It is a crime that a lot of voice actors don't get on camera work because they really could pull it off. I will swear to that a million times. That yes, they should be on camera. They're that good.
I mean, there's definitely one person on my list where it's like she has an iconic role, but then she also has a live action role that's very memorable to me. But I'll get into that. But,
of course, but again, with Cara Walgreen though, most prominent things I can think of her for. I know you've seen at least one of these. She voiced the Enchantress in Hulk versus Thor. Okay. Yeah, she's the Enchantress. She's most notably Emma Frost from the X-Men, from Wolverine and the X-Men. She does a lot of those great X-Men voices, and it brings this kind of seductive quality, but with all the respectability behind it in the world. It's not just like a cheap like, oh, I'm seductive. No, she has refined the craft so much. She can like gauge the seductiveness of the voice. She's really that good. I wouldn't mind seeing her do a voice for Poison Ivy at some point, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah.
She's really great. She understands the subtleties so well, and she makes you really care about the characters. Oh, wonderful talent, this Cara Walgreen. I can't get enough of her.
Okay, fair enough. So, all right. So let's see which of my metaphorical box of chocolates, which chocolate I will dive into next. That sounded really wrong. I'm sorry. That sounded way more dirty than I was intending it to sound. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll kind of bookend this thing with my non-Rugrats voice actresses, but I'll go ahead and kind of get into a trio of Rugrats voice actresses here, starting with wait for it. There you go. Can you see that?
Oh yes.
Yes, the wonderful and lovely and very sexy Tara Strong. Tara Strong, everyone. Oh yes. Oh God, I mean, just look at that smile. Just look at that. Just tell me you don't want that.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
I mean, she's a happily married woman, but I mean,
Yes.
I don't know. She's very nice. I've heard her on Fat Man on Batman talking to Kevin Smith. She seems very nice, and with the Powerpuff Girls, I've seen her in some panels. She seems really funny too, really cute. This Tara Strong. Of course, essentially, I mean, this is gonna. I'll say she's kind of. You can say this with a few voice actors and a few voice actors. She's kind of like the female Mel Blanc.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah, you're right. I can see that.
She has done voices all over the place. You know, she does the cutesy one great, but she also do some really roles that kind of contradict her usual bubbly personality, such as Raven from Teen Titans. You know, she has down to earth, like just monotone, and also a stage up from that would be Batgirl. So she has a lot of range, and I always like to see her kind of push herself in roles like that. I'm always fascinated seeing her do it. Also, she's done Harley Quinn now and again, and of course, huge role in terms of like we went from Nancy Cartwright. I'm sorry, you should be talking about this, Tiki.
Yeah, that's okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm caught in the headlights of this woman's beauty and talent.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'll just kind of list off the big three with her. The big three is Dill Pickles, which is kind of where she got her start, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, it was definitely her foray into the Rugrats universe.
Okay. So Dill Pickles was a big one there, and then of course we have Timmy Turner. Oh yeah. Gotta love that. And then probably my favorite is Bubbles. Just gotta say, I mean,
Everyone loves Bubbles.
Bubbles is just such an iconic character. She's just so memorable. So I mean, that's all I gotta say. You know, I mean, this is definitely like you're absolutely right. Where this is definitely one of the cases where you know, the talent is only exceeded by the physical beauty. So
I mean, she's the voice acting Miss America, essentially.
Oh God, right. All right, so we'll give it up to Tara Strong.
Yeah, we have tons of love for Tara Strong.
Yeah. Okay. So who is your next one?
Let's make sure I haven't said them already. Okay. Let's on the same bandwagon go another Powerpuff Girls alumni.
Okay.
The wonderful and absolutely talented Jennifer Hale. Please, folks, let's give her a hand. Another fantastic.
Jennifer Hale, come on down.
And she's gone.
There we go.
Oh, there she is. Jennifer Hale. Oh my God, she's kind of the queen of the video game world. This one, she does tons. She's made a huge career for herself in video games. I hear like she is a character in what is it, Mass Effect? I don't play it.
Dude, I haven't owned a video game system since the Wii, and I barely even played that. So I'm the wrong person to be asking.
Yeah, a big to my knowledge, she has kind of like a sort of a the only best way I can describe it is like kind of a Calhoun character from Wreck-It Ralph. Like basically the original, essentially the original character that Calhoun's somewhat based off of is like the one that she plays. And her character is like a really down to earth, from what I hear. Like she's a big pillar for the gay community because I believe her character is a lesbian, if I'm right.
Okay, that makes sense.
So the point is, you know, she's voiced some very important characters. Me, I've always remembered she has great comedy. Jennifer Hale, she's been all over the map in terms of her voice career. It's always amazing. She's like one of those voices when you hear it, you recognize it brings a smile to your face, and it's like, for example, she's Princess in the Powerpuff Girls.
That's a good one.
And in the DC universe, she voiced a lot of roles. It's the best example. Giganta, who essentially is this kind of bubbly, the way she plays it is this bubbly, almost like a shopping girl. You know, it's like the idea is like the way she plays is the bigger Giganta gets, the more girly she gets.
Right, yeah.
which is really funny, and yet at the same time she plays Killer Frost. And whether you see her in the new Assault on Arkham movie or just in the animated series, Justice League animated series, she plays like this really monotone, really cynical, like this really cold shouldery, appropriately enough, female character who's just like, I'm done with this. She goes all over the map with that stuff. One of my personal favorites, I love Sam when she plays Sam from Totally Spies.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Essentially, it's like I believe it's at least she would be the Drew Barrymore of the Charlie's Angels in terms of what that's kind of in reference to with her character.
Oh God.
Sam was always like the smart one who had the plan. She's the leader role. She's kind of the Captain America of the group. I always like that in her. And also, she played a comedic character in that show. It was essentially like a princess-type character, of like the enemy of the girls, who's always so prissy, and a popular girl named Mindy. And she played her like the most annoying. Like, what if what if Veronica from Archie Comics was just really, really mean?
Oh,
I
God.
mean,
Oh, God.
meaner than that. I'm just saying, what if she was like a really mean Valley girl? So my point is, I can never say enough things about Jennifer Hale. We love her. I love her to pieces, and she's again just very talented.
All right, fair enough. So I won't. At this point, I'm not even gonna go in and out of the screen capture, because it'll just be like just easier that way. So let me go on to bam, Cree Summers. Yeah.
Great pick.
Oh yeah, for sure. So she is kind of like a little bit of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in terms of like she has one character that is like almost the polar opposite of another character. So let's get into Suzy Carmichael. Of course, she is the 4-year-old kind of spiritual guru of the Rugrats universe. Always offering up advice and everything. It always struck me that she was always kind of like. It's fun how Rugrats kind of plays around with like how big of an age gap 2 or 3 years can be when you're that young. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Where it's like she has like all this world experience, even though she's a 4-year-old that the Rugrats don't have yet. Yeah. I always really enjoy that dynamic. And then, of course, the big one, the huge one that I remember her for is I will admit that I am a guy, and I was a fan of As Told by Ginger as a kid. And,
oh, yeah, Miranda.
Oh, yeah, Miranda Kilgallon. One of the great Nickelodeon villains, in my opinion. I mean, just how great was that? Again, you're talking about just, like, stereotypical, like, really, really mean Valley girl. Like, that was Miranda to a T. Like, she could be, like, Joker levels of diabolical in some episodes. Like, she would just do everything to keep Ginger down. And just really great character. Again, like, the voice, it's just, like, just the fact that she could go from, like, the, Suzy, she was like one of the nicest characters in the Rugrats, you know what I mean?
She played Suzy so realistic.
Right. And then to go from that to Miranda is just, again, like I said, it's almost kind of like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. And so just really good range. Anything else she was in that you can spot?
Oh, of course. Kristen Summers is one of the, in a way, she's scary. You're right, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde is perfect analogy, because she's scarily talented. I've heard people saying, oh man, I've seen her in the booth, and it frightens me how good she is. She has a lot of male children characters a lot of the time.
Uh-huh.
And she does it flawlessly. And here's the thing: there's a few roles real quick that have always stuck with me with her. Of course, number 5 from Codename Kids Next Door.
Oh yeah, that's a big
one. The big ones would be I will always know her when I close my eyes as Valerie from Danny Phantom. And
see, I have not watched an episode of Danny Phantom.
And she also ties in the Batman in a huge way. She is in Batman Beyond as a big character. Maxine Gibson, who essentially is kind of the quasi Alfred of basically she's the actual one who knows how to work the computers and like is on the headset talking to Terry McGinnis. So she's always had those two roles always stick out to me with her. She's very extremely talented. Of course, a lot of people love her Drawn Together. She has.
I forgot about that.
The point is, Cree Summers has a list that's basically it goes all the way to China. It's just a huge list of credits and talent. She's scarily talented, and she's wonderful for that. We love her for it.
Absolutely. Okay, so what is your next pick?
Okay, my next pick. Oh boy, we're getting to the big one here. Okay. Janet Varney.
Janet Varney. All right, there we go. Oop. There we go.
Oh my God, Janet. Janet Varney.
This makes you melt, right?
You guys can't see, but I'm blushing now because I have so many nice things to say about her. I've actually had the pleasure of I email Janet Varney on a regular basis, and she's very
nice.
She's very nice, very accommodating. It's a silly thing, but basically, whenever the new episodes of Cora would air, like kind of almost weekly, I lagged Bill on the last season, but pretty much for the third season and second season, third season onward, I pretty much keep her almost after every week for the episode. I would tell her, I would praise her because how could I not praise her for how good she is? I'd say, I really love this guy. I hear she's a fan of the series. So I thought, I'd say, the series, I love what they're doing this episode. Yeah. And I loved it when Cora did this, and I hope that Cora gets out of this situation.
Well, that's really awesome that she like took the time every week to respond and everything, because there is a lot of celebrities where it's like they would not do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and she
Like they might give you like a courtesy response every now and then, but they wouldn't take the time to respond every week.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there'd be some spaces where 2 weeks would meld into one because of the things like she warns people. Like, hey, basically, she welcomes emails to her. Just says because I'm busy and I have a lot of stuff to do, it might be a delayed response, but it will be a response.
And I can imagine she gets a lot of emails too.
Of course, I mean, she is absolutely wonderful. She's multi-talented. One of the big things she has, I'm going to plug right now. She has the JV Club podcast, which I recommend all of you check out. Basically, she takes not just rarely voice actresses, but more so big female comedians or just very important female pillars in either writing or music, and you name it. She sits down with them, talks with them. Really good in-depth conversations. One of my favorites is going to be with one I'm going to spotlight in a moment. But
nice, I'll have to check that out.
I want to say JV Club is a great podcast she works on. She does a lot of riff tracks, actually, if you're into that. She's done tons of those. Again, look at her. She's absolutely gorgeous. I get bashful whenever I really just want to talk about her. It's just she's so nice, she's so pleasant, and it just I can't say enough nice things. And the way she does Cora, the best thing I continually say to her when I praise her is that you really. Well, the way you play Cora is like basically she's just herself in the role, but she sells. You got to remember, folks, it's a really tough thing. Just as yourself, she makes the character so realistic with just being herself. Mm-hmm. In the role. It's like basically she sells me in all the emotional range. I see Cora as a real person almost, the way she brings this character to life. She's not putting on a voice, she's bringing an actual performance through 2D animation to life, and it's such a three-dimensional performance. It's fantastic. She's absolutely wonderful and gorgeous, and we love her.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so my next pick, I'm going to just go really, really fast through this. E.G. Daily. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The gorgeous, the wonderful E.G. Daily. Okay, so again, another classic example of a female playing a male role in Tommy Pickles. And what can you say about Tommy Pickles? Like, what '90s kid did not grow up with Tommy Pickles? Absolutely impeccable in that role. But
Indiana Jones of babies.
Indeed. But honestly, Dragon, you know what I remember her from is I remember her as Pee Wee Herman's girlfriend in Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Dottie, I think her name was. Oh God, not the Dottie from Agent Carter.
Didn't she win like American Idol or something? America's Got Talent or something? She entered a contest, a singing contest.
I have no idea.
She entered some singing contest and she either won or did very well.
I don't think she was ever on American Idol, but
something.
I know
some
for
American
a fact she wasn't on American Idol.
It was It must have been America's Got Talent or something. I don't know. But the point is, I hear she did good, and she actually is a really good singer.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Any quick things to say about her?
She's very nice. I mean, what she said about after the passing of her colleague is very wonderful. She what I can tell, she loves how she's contributed to Rugrats. She's very friendly, from what I can tell, and of course she's Buttercup. You know.
Yeah.
I do not have a fondness for E.G. Daily. She seems very approachable, and she's just great.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what's your next one?
Oh boy, this one I'm gonna gush here, folks, because I love this person so much.
Is this your last one?
Yeah, this is my last one.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and
I adore this. Oh my God, looking at her, I'm melting here. Okay, so folks, it's no secret. I'm head over heels in love with Grey Delisles. Guilty as charged. I'm sorry.
You're almost as much in love with Grey Delisles as you are with Jim Gordon.
Yes.
Almost.
And the hilarious thing. This just contributes. This is like the crossover of my two loves. She plays characters that are married to Jim Gordon usually.
Does she really?
She played both Barbara Gordon and Sarah Essen. She's played both of them.
Oh dear.
And she's played several other great DC characters. She's been.
And I assume she played Barbara Gordon a lot better than that other Barbara.
Oh, 20 times better. And again, that shows you how good she is. Just in the end of it all, I'm far more invested in the year one Barbara Gordon she portrayed.
Of course.
Than this, but also, I mean, she's defined. She redefined Catwoman in a wonderful way. She is the new Catwoman. She's done Harley Quinn. She's done a bunch of other. She's done a bunch of characters. She is my basically, if Bryan Cranston is one of my go-to guys, she is my go-to voice actress. Because I go head over heels for Great Eliza. I want to point something out, just something I'll probably point out if I ever talk about Great Eliza. She, just out of respect, because I do truly respect Great Eliza, everything. Like, she's happily. I learned a lot about her on a lot of the podcasts she's done, and she did one on the JV Club, which again, my favorite episode of that, which you got to check out. Really funny. She's a loving mother. She's happily married, and also she remarried. Now the thing about that is, her first husband's name was Delisle, to my understanding. So that's where she keeps it from, because she had her child with that guy.
Right.
I think actually she might have had one husband before that, but I don't know. The point is the second husband, the one where she got the Delisle from, is when she had her son, and she kept that, and that's when her professional career started to take off. Mm-hmm. Now she remarried. What I hear is a really nice guy. Here she's ecstatic. She's happy. She met him under really funny and cute circumstances. Anyway, so she most recently she's been trying to rename herself. Well, not rename herself. Basically, bring back her birth name, which is Griffin. So Gray Griffin, where now she goes by Gray Delisle - Griffin. Now a lot of times people just refer to her, like myself on various occasions, Gray Delisle, but just I say that because how could I not say it? That's when I fell in love with her as Gray Delisle. So just right, if I say Gray Delisle, it's Gray Delisle Griffin. The point is I can never say enough things about it. I'm going to try to keep it brief, but she's the same on Danny Phantom. She's voiced great male characters, female characters. She's the top. She's fantastic. Look at her. She's gorgeous. This is gonna sound really strange. I'm just gonna say it. She's my idea of a perfect woman.
God.
I'm sorry. She should be on screen. I've always said I wouldn't mind seeing her as Martha Wayne, to be honest, because she is a mother in real life. I don't see why she wouldn't be even. Like, if they kind of explore Martha Wayne a little bit in a movie or
that's the thing, is like what kind of movie would actually like explore the Martha Wayne character.
I was saying, even if it was like a cameo, that's what I'm saying. Right, even if it was just a cameo of Martha Wayne, be a nice little acknowledgement of, hey, Gray Delisle is there. She deserves this. And I think she might have voiced Martha Wayne once, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the point is, she's absolutely wonderful. I love her to pieces. Gray Delisle is my go-to voice actress for anything. I can never say enough things. So, Gray Delisle, be my Valentine, please.
All right, and finally, without further ado, my final pick. Bam! Oh yeah. Just look at how quirky that face is, Blue Dragon.
Oh,
Just look at the quirk. Just look at the quirk.
The lovely Trixie the Triceratops. None other than
Kristen Schaal. Oh yes. Okay, so Kristen Schaal. Now you don't watch Bob Burgers, right?
I mean, I glimpsed at it a few times.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I have to catch up. Like, I think I watched like all through season 3, and then I think I have to catch up from there. But that's where I first really took notice of her. I mean, of course, she was in Toy Story 3 before as Trixie, but I really took notice of her with her Louise Belcher character. Just, I feel like Louise Belcher is essentially like the Stewie Griffin of the Belcher family, except she's a little bit more realistic than that. Like, her whole thing is she's just a diabolical 9-year-old girl who's just like way intelligent for her age, and she kind of plays that to her advantage. And just really funny role. And then of course, now, BlueDragonFive, I gotta bring back a running joke. You gotta watch Gravity Falls, man. I mean, come on, you gotta watch Gravity Falls. You just gotta, because she is just absolutely grade A dorkable as Maple Pines, Mabel Pines. Wow, I did the Rob Walker thing of calling her Maple. Good job. Mabel Pines. She's absolutely impeccable. She just makes your heart melt at how truly delightful that character is, how dorky that character is. Trixie the Triceratops, I mean, I think Toy Story That Time Forgot definitely gave a lot of dimension to that character, so also a good performance. And finally, just without further ado, again, look at her face. It's like she is just like so full of quirk. She is such a weird, odd personality, and that turns me on. Like, I am really into weird, odd, quirky chicks like that. So in a weird way, Kristen Schaal is almost kind of like my dream girl. So there you go. All right,
and also, she was great in the Muppets too. With her little cameo in that 2011 Muppets, where she punched not Jack Black. She punched Jack Black erupted a fight, and she gets in the battle.
Oh God, yeah. So like I said, Kristen Schaal, as someone who is like weird and quirky and eccentric and has a really strange sense of humor myself, just perfect woman for me. Perfect woman. For God's sakes, Kristen Schaal, just hold on, mm. Just be my Valentine, Kristen Schaal. I'm begging you, be my Valentine, please.
Now keep that box handy, Tiki, as we just kind of make some wrap-up statement here for these wonderful women.
Okay.
So, two of the voice actors out there, on the very slim chance that they're watching this, however this finds them on the grapevine, I'm sure, just know that, again, we absolutely respect and adore the work you have done. It has been fantastic. It's been a gift, to quote Robert Redford, Winter Soldier. It has been a gift to the world. Oh, yeah. It has shaped a century, more than centuries. It's going to shape future centuries. Who knows? But you guys, you lovely ladies, you have, with your talent, you have defined our nostalgia, defined our childhood, our current media, our future video games media. You name it. You've made storytelling so pleasant and wonderful. I can't thank you enough. We can't thank you enough. The world can't thank you enough. Thank you so much for being just the wonderful, talented people you are. Thank you for giving voices to the characters and stories we've held so close to our hearts all these years. Just we humbly ask, and on behalf of every fan of yours and even fans of the people we haven't mentioned, because obviously we left a whole bunch of people off. So
we haven't mentioned like Tress McNeil or Pamela Hayden. Yeah, there's a whole big. Huge
Mae Whitman, Rachel McFarlane, Hyatt Walsh, Lauren Tom, tons of names, and we just quickly slipped in there. Tons of names.
Right.
Very seriously, we did June Foray. We've left off a whole boatload of
course, the late Christine Cavanaugh.
Yes, of course that's a huge reason we have to. Even our fallen beloved voice actors, we've lost someone in the last year, but again, out of love, we truly just want to humbly ask on behalf of everyone, and just as a great thank you, a great tribute, we just want to say, humbly,
will you be my Valentine?
Will you be our Valentine? Happy Valentine's Day. Stay well. Make it a happy one. With love.